Oh, this is KBC, of course, from season 1. And I know that it's from season 1 because some of the sharks are not with us anymore. May their soul rest in peace.
Hi Anupam sir. So today we are going to show you a bunch of your photographs and memories, and you need to tell us the stories behind it.
Okay, well, always good to go down a trip in memory lane, so let's do it. Oh wow, this is this is about 15-20 years back, I think, when I was still a struggling entrepreneur. And as you can see, I had no facial hair and I was still very young. And we had, just been a few years into the business, into Shaadi.com. And this is an office that we used to have in Chira Bazaar, a little hole in the wall. And brings back quite a lot of memories because all we had was passion at that time, no real money or means. But it was a lot of fun, so yeah, it does take me down memory lane. What do you think? I look better then or now?
Now.
Good, so I'm aging like fine wine. Ah, wow, this is very recent, has to be one of my favorite pictures because it's with my little princess Elisa, my daughter. We spend a lot of time together. She loves to play with clay and slime, and I am her guinea pig, so she keeps experimenting on me and has a big laugh at my expense. So this is one of those. Yeah. Oh, this is our recent trip to Egypt when we went to see the Great Pyramids, and we had a lovely time. We were there only for 2 nights, but we reached very early to the pyramids. There was nobody there, and so it was nice to have it all to ourselves and explore. Yeah, it's been on my bucket list for a long time, so I'm glad I got to do it finally. Oh, this is a couple of years back. These are my 2 rocks, my pillars, my 2 sisters who I love more than anything else in the world. And this is when I had, I think I had finished season 2 of Shark Tank, and I had broken my shoulder. So this is after my surgery, and I was just hanging out with my sisters, and yeah, it's a very sweet picture. Yeah, I'd just become very well known, so we were out in a public place, I remember, and people were sort of crowding around to take pictures. So I think that's the first time my sisters realized that their brother's now become a celebrity.
Using the sketch to image feature on the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra, we've added a new element to this frame. Isn't it super realistic?
You've added something? I thought this was really, you've added it?
Yeah.
Mashables added it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see the mask in my hand. That's hilarious. Oh, wow, that's the original picture. But it doesn't look added. You see, the fingers are a little different in this picture and in this. How did he manage that? Well done. This season, I think, is going to turn out to be very interesting because, what's happened in India is all the founders have become 10x better in the last couple of years. And they've been watching Shark Tank, right? So they've figured out the game, the rules. They kind of have figured out how to outsmart the sharks. So they're all bringing their A game. They know how to negotiate now. They know how to pitch their businesses. So it's gone, a couple of levels up. And so it's more exciting for us when we see these really confident founders coming in their full stride. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun from that perspective. Also, there's a lot of drama because, as you know, when you put, a few sharks together in a room, there's always going to be a few shark fights. So, all in good humor, of course, but there's more of that as well. And there's a lot of large, big deals happening this time. There was one deal we just did worth 4 crores. So Shark Tank's gone from funding 20-30 lakhs per deal in season 1 to now funding crores on the tank. So, it's not just sort of first round. These are seed deals happening on Shark Tank. So I think the whole level of the game has gone up a few notches. So it should be a lot of fun. Oh, wow. This is actually a very recent trip that we made to Thailand with my family. And most interesting thing, I was at the gym and I run into Namita. Just randomly, same hotel we were staying at. And of course, we then had breakfast together. Her family was there too. So we got to spend time off tank. Usually we don't. I only see her during Shark Tank. And then rest of the year, I don't see her. Right? Some of the other sharks I still do. So it was nice to bump into her. And of course, we, as usual, teased each other. It was fun to meet the kids and hang out. Let's see what you have in store for me next. Oh, this is KBC, of course, from season 1. And I know that it's from season 1 because some of the sharks are not with us anymore. May their soul rest in peace. But yeah, this was fun. This was the first time we were on Kaun Banega Crorepati. And I think it was very intimidating for a lot of us because Mr. Bachchan is a legend, a living legend for most of our country. And we've only watched KBC as fans, as the whole country has for the last decade or so. And then to be on the hot seat and Mr. Bachchan calling us by our names, knowing who we are, was really a dream come true for all of us. So I think this was one of the highlights, I would say, in our Shark Tank India journey over the last 4 years. So it's a nice memory that comes back. Very sweet. Oh, this is like, this is way back. I was a teenager. I look at my time then and today, this photo reminds me of that. I had started businesses when I was in my teenage years. When I was 13, I started my first business. When I was 16, I started my second. At 18, I started my third. And at 19 or 20, I started my fourth, and I failed in all of them. And the times were very different. We didn't have that many mentors or access to information. Today, these kids who come onto Shark Tank, and this year, you'll see a bunch of guys who are 17 and 18 years old who are so amazingly confident, and they come in with so much clarity and ability to stand in front of 13 cameras and 5 sharks and articulate their vision and what they want to build. Is remarkable. Our country's come a long way in the last 25 years. I could have never done it. I tried to build businesses, but if you had asked me what I was trying to do, I would be, fumbling my way through that. And, it's intoxicating to see how far our country and our entrepreneurs have come. It took me really 20 years to figure out what I really wanted to do by stumbling, by falling, getting up again, and just finding my way through. But now you're seeing a certain level of clarity and confidence where our young founders know very early on what they want to do. And that's great because that helps them compound and build something epic over time. So yeah, that just reminds me not just of myself, but of all the young founders that are trying to build companies in our country. Oh, this is our horse, Democracy, and I don't like the name frankly, but we had called her Easter first, but I think it was taken. In racing, you have to have a different name, and so this is right after we had bought her, and I had taken Eliza to meet her, and shortly thereafter she went into training and won a couple of races recently. So yeah, we're very proud of her. Oh my God. No, this show wouldn't have been complete without this picture. This is me, this is Aanchal and I getting married about 11 years back. And very apt photograph for the founder of Shaadi.com. It was, as you can tell, I'm laughing, she's smiling because she was embarrassed of me mostly throughout our wedding. It was a lot of fun. We did it at Fairmont in Jaipur, my favorite city in India, after Mumbai, of course. And it had just been built. It's a palace hotel, and so we had booked the whole hotel. And then from there, we took the entire entourage by train to Chandigarh, where we had the rest of the celebrations. So it was quite an epic wedding, I must say. Amazing memories, and so this photo just brought all that back. Oh, this is me on my terrace before I injured my shoulder and ended up in hospital. I still love martial arts. I can't practice it anymore. I'm trying to get back in, but I think it's going to take a little longer. So I'm trying to make my shoulders and my arms stronger enough to get back into doing it. Oh, wow. Wow, this is a group of my friends, and we had gone to Alibaug for a couple of nights. So we do this every year without our families. We go out somewhere for a couple of nights and talk about our lives and the progress we've made, our dreams, our ambitions, where we stand, do we need any advice, any input from each other. So kind of like a personal board of directors. It's very empowering and very liberating as well. So we do this every year, yeah. They're sort of recent friends. So they're friends in the sense that, we know each other's families well, we hang out. But more than that, it's about just doing these couple of trips every year so we can, and we're all entrepreneurs, businessmen, businesswomen, so we can look at each other's issues and problems with a very objective perspective. However smart an individual is, the problem is that when it comes to our own problems, we are the worst people to solve it. You bring me any problem in the world, and I'm pretty much good at putting it into perspective. But the smallest of my own issues, I can't, because emotion and ego gets in the way. And so it's great to have a bunch of people who are going through the same issues as you are and can put it into perspective for you. So this is sort of a nice photograph that captures that. This is this is on Kapil Sharma. Really enjoy watching his stuff. I think he's one of our best comedians. But more than that, I love watching Sunil Grover. He's actually who used to be called Gutti on his show. Now he plays many different characters. But he is hands down my all-time favorite comedian across the world. The way he gets into character, he's not in this photo. I love Archana as well. But he just gets into characters in such a mind-blowing way that he's actually better than those characters sometimes. Like you watch him play Salman, Mr. Bachchan or Shah Rukh, and it's like watching them. It's amazing, his level of talent. And so this kind of reminds me of that. Of course, Aanchal and I had a lot of fun on that show as well. So it takes me back to that too. Oh, this is very recent, just 2 months old. So this is actually very emotional. We do this every year, and almost always it ends up being a little emotional because these people are our backbone of our company, and they are our security guards, our office attendants, the cafeteria workers, and we call them our unsung heroes because that's who they are. So once a year we come together, we celebrate them, और इनके लिए पूरी company पैसे इकट्ठे करती है. So they make a decent amount of bonus every year because we all contribute very generously from our hearts. And more than just the money part of it, it is a recognition of what they are doing for us. तो काफ़ी रोना धोना हो ही जाता है, but मज़ा भी आता है. We have a lot of fun doing it as well. Oh. क्या रुलाने का मन है क्या? This is one of those sacred moments. My father had passed away last year, and we had gone to Haridwar to say goodbye to him. So this is part of his last rites. It was a very surreal experience क्योंकि डैड को हरिद्वार बहुत पसंद था. He used to go there quite a lot. Not in recent years, but earlier, because he was quite philosophical and very religious. More philosophical than religious. तो हम भी गए थे वहाँ पर and did a very how should I say, not very religious but very spiritual rites. हमारी पूरी फैमिली गई थी, हम 15-20 लोग गए थे. So it was great for everybody to be together and we felt his presence with us throughout those 3 days. It was truly magical. और आज भी हमें लगता है कि it's really surreal, as I said. Although he's not with us physically, I still feel his presence every day. कभी लगता ही नहीं है कि वो कहीं गए हुए हैं. Of course, I miss touching him and talking to him. लेकिन अब भी हमारे साथ ही हैं वो. Sorry, you brought a tear to my eye, but this is my family. This is recent. This is my sorry. This is my mom's 75th birthday. So this was at my sister's home. I had just gone there. Actually, ये पिछले साल की बात है. मैं शूट के बाद सीधा वहीं गया था. I was shooting for Shark Tank, and we wanted to, time कम मिलता है when we are shooting and when we are working. So took some time out right after the shoot, went straight there, and we celebrated her birthday. My sister lives in Andheri. It's close by, so managed to get that celebration in. And this is the last picture, but यही है ज़िंदगी यार. Family, friends, थोड़ा हंसना, थोड़ा रोना, थोड़ा गाना, थोड़ा खेलना, and being थोड़ा emotional कर दिया यार आप लोग ने, but yeah, this is life. मेरी भी छोटी सी कहानी है ऐसे ही सबकी तरह, and just get through every day with a little bit of smile, a little bit of laughter, and that's all one can hope for.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So during this interview, our team has taken a photograph of you from our Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Let me just quick share this image with you, and we would love if you could autograph it for us.
Oh, it's here. Okay.